OnChain. Hey, OnChain revolution, Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recaps and I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, yeah, send it to the deck, sell it through the stack. Ordinal's the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to read. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge, look at the chart.
Welcome back to OnChain Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin crypto ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing tutorial and interview, I guess you could say. We have the great Raul from Fluid Tokens joining us. We usually cover Fluid Tokens on the Bitcoin side of stuff, but they've built something really amazing on the Cardano side. This thing is called Aquarium. Aquarium, you can do like Babel Fees. Is something Charles Hawkinson's been very bullish on. We're going to cover that. Set up free tanks. That's earn rewards by setting up the free tanks. This is pretty cool. We're going to get into that. And then scheduling transactions. You can actually schedule, like, let's just say you have a payment plan with somebody and you want to send them Cardano or Fluid or whatever. You can actually do it where every month you actually get those payments done and you only got to be at your computer. So it's something that is truly, in my opinion, innovation right now, especially on the Cardano side. So without further ado, let's get this started. Bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? This is really cool. Me and you have been both looking at it, and we're like, let's get Raul on to kind of explain this in depth.
Yeah, because we are more well versed on the Bitcoin side, right? But Cardano is also a UTXO chain, right?
Yeah.
So I think us learning along with the audience here about the Cardano side of what Fluid offers from a product suite kind of a perspective is important, right? And Aquarium seems to be kind of one of those infrastructure products that is transitioning to this new financial system, right? You just talked about scheduled payments. How convenient is that for Web3 founders now, right? To be able to pay their team and their developers, et cetera, instead of, what we used to do would be, finding a third party in the Web2 society and then filling out a form. And then we don't even know what happens after that. Right now, we actually get to work directly with the tech to do it ourselves. And I think that's going to be what we move towards in the future, and Fluid's at the forefront of that. So I'm excited to dive in and see exactly what Fluid is offering on the Cardano side and have Raul walk us through it.
Yeah, definitely. And the Babel Fees thing as well. Like, this is something Charles has been talking about. I see a lot of interviews where, you can kind of pick the coin you want to guess. If you want to, I want to send you some ADA, right? Or some FLDT, and I had no ADA in my wallet, I don't got to worry because now I can just use the FLDT or the Fluid to kind of use as gas fee. So this is something really cool and should be really fun to kind of deep dive into. So without further ado, let's bring in Raul. Raul, welcome back to OnChain Revolution. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing well. We know that you've been super busy, just constantly grinding and shipping new features, right? Whether it's on the Bitcoin side or the Cardano side, you guys have a solid team. I think you have great leadership with you, and I believe Mateo's the other kind of leader over there, and then you have your team. But we're very well versed on the Fluid Bitcoin side. On the Cardano side, we're trying to learn more and more, and so that's why we have you here today. Could you kind of give a brief summary? I know Shizzy did, but maybe you could also reiterate maybe some of the points he made about what Aquarium is and how users can really benefit from it.
No, absolutely. I think that the Aquarium is a great innovation, not just for the users, but for projects that want to launch on Cardano. And this is for the reason that Shizzy was saying. So if you want to use DeFi or applications on the Cardano layer, but you don't have ADA, what are you going to do? Sometimes download a new wallet or going to an exchange to purchase some ADA can be a painful and tired experience. Like not everywhere is so easy to do. KYC is sometimes a pain. And therefore, with Aquarium, what we are trying to do is allowing users to pay for transaction for the fees without having ADA. And this is very important because, as you know, Cardano is pushing a lot in order to become the Bitcoin execution layer. So for any DeFi, for any yield opportunity for Bitcoin, Cardano wants to be the chain. And the issue is this: what are you going to do with users that have a lot of Bitcoin, want to try Cardano for the reason, but they don't have ADA? So they want to, but they cannot do it immediately. Well, Aquarium allows them to pay transaction fees on Cardano using their Bitcoin. In this way, they can experiment everything without really leaving their Bitcoin experience. Because for most of Bitcoin users, the only coin, the only token that is a real one is Bitcoin. So you must give them the experience that all they are doing is just using Bitcoin. So this is probably the biggest thing for projects, users that want to try the Cardano chain. And for the scheduled transaction, this is something that was completely missed in the UTXO chains in general, because on the EVM, sometimes it's easier to schedule a transaction because the way it's programmed is different. The account model, you can have this kind of scheduling payments and so on. While on UTXO, you don't. You just have this UTXO that is in a wallet or in a smart contract, and that's it. You cannot say execute it at tomorrow at this time. But with Aquarium, we are able to put some rules in the UTXO, attach these rules to the UTXO itself. So these rules usually contains who is the receiver of that UTXO, when it should be executed. And then Aquarium is going to execute all these UTXO that are pending at the right time. And most important, it is permissionless, meaning that users that are scheduling the transaction are 100% sure that their funds are going to go where they decided to. Nobody can touch them, nobody can use them. They can even withdraw before the execution. And when the time arrives, those transactions are just sent.
That sounds amazing, especially with I love the scheduled payments thing because it really is kind of a transition possibly, right? That product will continually be optimized and get better in the future. Is there possibly something like that you could also do in the future on Bitcoin, possibly?
You need covenants for that reason. However, yes, the cool thing is that probably for Bitcoin, you don't really need OP cat to be enabled for this. You still need some new OP codes, but probably they are easier to get instead of OP cat.
Yeah.
And that would allow, I think that even for the Bitcoin Max is something like that, it could be useful, because we are not saying that we are adding data or things like this. We are using Bitcoin as payments, just adding the possibility to schedule that payment. That's it. We are not doing anything more.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they all claim it's supposed to be for anyways, right? And so this is just an advancement of that. And you're right. I think CTV is something that would offer the covenants possibly, but got to look into the op codes myself, as I'm not a developer. But yeah, maybe you could kind of walk us through different parts of the Aquarium site. I think Shizzy might bring it up here.
Yep.
Absolutely.
This is the site. It looks beautiful, by the way. I love the blue and everything here. So if you guys ever need help, feel free to join their Discord here, and that'll actually take you to the Fluid Discord. But yeah, let's jump in. What's the first thing I should do? Probably connect my wallet, correct?
Yeah, connect your wallet. In this way, you will be ready to be onboarded. And
Right.
let's see.
Sure. Yeah, hold on. Make sure my wallet is open. Begin. Okay, so I do have funds in here. Let's give it a quick refresh. All right, and then connect, and then we'll go back down to begin. And begin does seem to be having some issues today.
Try to refresh. Let's see the web page.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
Okay,
locked in.
so we are going to try for first thing Babel Fees. So try Babel Fees. And what are we looking at? So this is just a try demo interface, meaning that actually Babel Fees should be integrated in the dApp itself. So if I am a dApp and would like to allow users to pay with my token, I integrate Babel Fees. In this page, we allow users to play a bit. So for instance, let's say that you want to send some FLDT token to an address. So just maybe you can use my receiver address as
Okay.
testing.
Yeah, I
And
think he put it in the
Okay.
private there.
yeah,
All right, so I'll put that in there.
and you can send some FLDT token. Even yeah, even one is okay.
Go 25. The 0 is not.
There it is.
Okay.
Do
you have to hit maybe hit enter?
Yeah, hit enter.
Try to close, maybe. Let's see. This is a very good exercise also for, yes. Let's see if it get it.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. Yeah, let it close. Yep. Okay.
And then we have
token.
Select. Exactly. As you see, you can select only FLDT because that's the only token that you have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this way, yeah.
You can use any of those if you have those.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So basically, right now, what we are doing is you want to send 10 FLDT to that user, and you don't have ADA. You want to pay with FLDT, or maybe you have ADA, but you don't want to use it. So because you of tokens, that's what you want to do. So let's try.
Loading up there. My wallet should have been. There it is.
Okay. Wait. Before signing, close a moment, and we want to see the preview of the transaction because I think that that's where the magic is. You can close it there. Try to send
again. Yep.
Send again. Yes.
There we go. Okay.
So 0 Cardano is being used here. You're using the other asset. There it is.
Okay.
Everything look good?
As you see, let's see what we are looking at. The thing here is that you are spending how much ADA? 0.
0. Yeah.
So this is the cool thing. You are spending 0 ADA, and everything that you are using to pay for the fees and so on is just FLDT. So you can sign the transaction. And
awesome.
That's it.
That was cool. So what I did there, just for anyone that's, I sent FLDT and I used FLDT as gas on Cardano blockchain, which is completely different than I've ever seen before. It's really cool.
Yeah. Typically, if you try to use gas on like an EVM chain, it has to be done by the the main dev team of the chain and they actually have to set it as like almost like kind of like a permanent gas token, right? But here you can do this, for whatever ones they add, and from what I heard from Raul earlier, you guys are going to integrate Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. Yep. That's the thing, because it means that right now we did a test with FLDT, but it means that we could integrate any token. So if Bitcoin is there, you just do a transaction on Cardano and use Bitcoin as token.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Babel fee part, though. Who earns that? What is that? The Babel fees?
Yes, that's a very good question, because at the end of the day, what you could ask yourself is, wait, but Cardano is running using ADA as token. So what exactly is happening there? Well, what happened is that someone is actually providing ADA for the fees in exchange of a token that he's deciding. So in this case, Shizi was able to pay for the fees of the transaction because someone else was providing ADA in exchange of FLDT. So in the background, what's really happening is that ADA is still used, is the coin used to execute the transaction. However, it's not coming from Shizi wallet. However, Shizi is the one paying the exact amount that the one providing the ADA is asking for. So this is exactly what's going on, and it's been a feature that everyone has been talking about in Cardano for years, because it unlocks some opportunities, and most important, some utility for some tokens, because some projects have launched a token in their dApp, but there is not that much utility for them. And in this way, for instance, they could allow users to get a discount on the fees and use the transaction fee only their token and so on. That's something interesting. I think that now it's time to make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's jump over to set up free tanks. Could you explain what this is? I'll just read it real quick. It says earn rewards by setting up free tanks. Sponsor transactions on Aquarium by setting up free tanks. You can earn rewards by sponsoring transactions. So this is basically what you're saying with the Babel fees, right? So this is how I kind of set that up to help people that are using the Babel fees part.
Exactly. Basically, what happens here is that Aquarium involves always two parties. So the user that is actually having the tokens and wants to use Babel fees, or the one that is providing the ADA for the fees in exchange of the token. And here you can see exactly what we were talking about. Here you can create a tank. You decide how much ADA deposit in order to create a tank. This ADA is the one that is going to be used for the fees. And you can select which tokens you would like to get in exchange of that. So as you see, it's interesting because if you see the selection, you can even say, I want FLDT at the market price. Or you can say, wait, I don't want at the market price. I would like to get it at a cheaper price compared to what the market is. So in this way, I am earning and I'm getting better price compared to what it would be if I was just swapping on a DEX.
Yeah.
So in this way, my ADA is getting exchanged for tokens at a best price compared to what the DEX currently is.
Gotcha.
It's
But
almost like a limit order.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
pretty cool.
And it's also based on demand too, right? Because if it's like super like busy, like, tons of volume, you have higher chance at getting, possibly at the cheaper price or the better rate, right? But if it's slower, you probably want to do closer to the 100% market rate.
Exactly.
Love that. There's
All right,
so
cool.
much
So I
going
picked my
on.
tokens here. 60, 70, 80, 90%. Just shoot my shot here, right? So see if I can get anything here. And then what's this right here? Enter address.
That's the whitelist address, because sometimes you could say, yes, but you know what? I would like to create this tank, but allow only the users of my own dApp to use it. So in that, you can whitelist the address of your dApp, your smart contract. And in this way, only if your dApp is used, user can actually use that ADA.
Oh, that's awesome too. Customizing
really
it to
cool.
your community.
So that way, if you want to give your community like 50% off or 60% off, it's only your people that are doing it. And, I love that. Love it.
And there is another feature coming soon on Aquarium here. That is the fact that some projects want to allow users to pay 0 fees on their dApp. So this is even better because it means that eventually you can have users that have a lot of stable coins, a lot of tokens, so on, but they have literally 0 ADA and they don't even know what is ADA. And however, they want to use the blockchain, they want to experiment and so on. And the dApps can say, you know what, if you're a user of my dApp, don't worry about the transaction fee because I'm going to earn based on the volume happening on my dApp. So I don't care if you are not paying it. I'm the one paying for your transaction fee. But please use my dApp. And that's a benefit. So
Yeah. You can use it as a marketing tool too. Yeah. Perfect.
Come up here, go back to my begin wallet, creating the transaction, awaiting signature.
let's see.
Should be popping up here. What is this, like one Cardano block, or is that something that has to happen, or?
Sorry?
Is it like one Cardano block, or it doesn't? Because I'm just setting it up, right? So it doesn't matter.
I'm not really sure. I think that it should already pop up by now.
Okay, let's see.
So it's awaiting signature. Maybe I will refresh.
Try to close and to close the pop-up here. No, the create tank.
Oh, this. Okay.
Yes. Let's try to refresh.
Yeah, refresh the page there.
All right. All right, so we're back here. So I'll do this again, 19. I'll select the fee. I'll just do FLT and SNEC for this one.
Yep.
And we'll come down, White Ashes, create. There it is. And I'll accept it.
Oh, you see,
Approve.
Put my password in. Perfect. That was quick.
There it is.
That's it.
And then I could see my tanks and everything. Awesome. These are all the cool.
Oh, nice. You see it?
Yeah. And they're at the top, I think. That's it, right? No, that's 2 days ago. So yours will probably propagate
At
there.
the bottom, yeah.
Well, no, it goes further out. Yeah. You probably got to propagate it. But let's
there it is.
Oh, you see? And it's even nice to think about this. So usually on other chains, when you deposit coins or tokens in a platform, you stop getting rewards for that, right? If there is staking. On Cardano, instead, this 19 ADA, even if it's not a lot, is still giving Shizzy staking rewards of Cardano to him, because the platform keeps the staking rewards to Shizzy. And of course, if someone is going to use this ADA for the fees, the rewards are going to decrease. However, until it's not used, they are still getting rewards. If I am using 2 ADA of this, she's going to get some tokens, and 17 left are still staking and getting rewards for Shizzy.
Love it.
So
this is awesome.
it's a very way to maximize your opportunity, because this ADA, 19 ADA, if it was in your wallet, it was getting staking rewards, and that's it. Right now, instead, it's getting staking rewards and could be exchanged for these tokens.
This is awesome. You're putting your ADA to work here. It's just not living in your wallet. If you're a long-term holder and you don't really, you're not really planning on selling it or trading it, this is actually a perfect opportunity for someone like you, because now let's save you 1,000 ADA or 2,000 ADA, and you're just like, hey, whatever. You can come back here in a few weeks, and potentially you can have a bunch of fluid and a bunch of SNEC just kind of sitting there for you for free, and you didn't even do anything, which is really cool.
Yeah. And that's like, if once you guys figure out, on the Bitcoin side, if that ever becomes possible with like covenants or now maybe alkanes or whatever, that's going to be huge, because people are looking on how to passively offer their Bitcoin on layer 1, right? So
exactly,
super exciting that you guys built this out on Cardano with that UTXO framework, and possibly in the near future be able to do the same thing on Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right,
let's try to schedule a transaction now.
Yes, so schedule transactions, automate your payment flow, plan ahead by scheduling and recurring on one-time transactions. Set it up once and let our system handle the rest automatically. So we'll go into schedule here. It says choose the number of tokens you want to schedule. All right, for this one, we'll go 25. And we'll go 10 to make sure we can kind of keep doing it. And then choose the number. So I'll hit next, right?
Yes.
All right, choose the token. We'll go ADA. I do love how you're walking me through here. This is really cool. Enters recipient. So I'll put you back in here. All right, now next. The date. So we'll go. Should I do today, and then, or should I do it further out? Like, should I do next week?
Maybe do one for like Monday or something.
Okay.
So it's
So one time or recurring. Choose the date. Payment should be executed. Is it next?
Probably
okay.
one.
Then I can hit recurring, right?
You could, yeah. But
and then
are you gonna have enough in there for it to continue?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So we'll go yearly. Because you can do yearly as well, which is really cool. And then what is this, Raul? I picked, so that picked
the end date, it looks like.
All right, so
So
we'll pick
basically, what happens is that you can either choose if these are current payment. So you can say, let's stop this day, or let's stop after 10 times that you are doing this.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So we'll pick this
Oh, okay.
one.
So yeah, that's the difference between date and then after, like occurrences, I guess.
Exactly. If you put the date, it will calculate how many occurrences happen. If you put the occurrences, you are doing the math and just saying, execute this amount of time every X month or year.
Gotcha. We'll go next and create. All right, we'll create it. Creating transactions. Make sure my wallet's up again.
Let's see.
Might have to do the same thing, right? Maybe refresh it.
Yep.
Because usually it's pretty fast. So we'll go refresh. All right, so we'll knock this out real quick. We'll go 8. Destination wallet, paste. Execution date. We'll pick Monday. One time.
Yeah.
All right, this is basically what we already did last time, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we'll create. There we go. I'll prove it.
Immediate.
Password in. Sign. Done.
That's it.
That's
that
awesome.
transaction is going to be executed that time and that day that you decided.
Absolutely awesome. This is really cool. Definitely something that's needed to kind of take our space forward, take our space from this environment that we're in, but into like a more Web 2 world that a lot of people that are coming in now that are really used to. This has been absolutely amazing, Raul. Thank you so much for kind of walking us through this, and thank you for building this. This is really cool.
No problem. Actually, we are here to make it implement by other projects. So we are already in conversations to make it happen, and we are really excited for this.
Yeah, we are too. I mean, you guys are really building tools that are business tools. This is a business tool. Schedule payment. I mean, that's something that I think business owners in the Web3 space are going to really appreciate. And so we're looking forward to the future, features and products that you guys continually drop. Like to give you a stage, I guess, one last time for our audience, kind of maybe have some final words of something maybe to expect from you guys coming, or just maybe where they can find you.
Absolutely. So first of all, make sure to follow us on Twitter, both on Cardano and on Bitcoin. So we are Fluid Tokens on Cardano and Fluid Tokens XBT for the Bitcoin account. We are pushing a lot of updates in the next for the next weeks. Expect Dog Season 3 staking on Bitcoin. Expect Arcane staking in the next weeks, and soon other things. We are planning to launch Bitcoin staking directly on layer 1 in September in partnership with the Core DAO. And it's going to be an amazing journey, and we're still early.
Yeah, man. And make sure you guys go join their Telegram as well. You can find everything in the link tree. If you guys have any questions, reach out to Raul. I think Discord is probably one of the best places, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Awesome, man. Get in their Discord. And Raul, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks to you guys. Always a pleasure.
All right. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Absolutely awesome. Cardano is going to be something special, in my opinion. I mean, they just signed some deals with some Web 2 companies to kind of do some stuff for us. So we got to start paying attention to Cardano. They also want to do a lot of cool stuff with Bitcoin. We do know Charles potentially could be getting a Bitcoin treasury for the Cardano Foundation, and so on and so on. So this is really connected to what Bitcoin does. And Raul and Fluid, they're building for Bitcoin and Cardano, which is awesome. They're going to be coming out with a lot of really cool stuff with alkanes, like he was mentioning, and and still building with Cardano. Potentially, he's going to be that bridge, that center middle position for Cardano and Bitcoin, and these products are going to be in the center of his team.
Absolutely. And, I do think that Fluid is going to be a major part in that bridging between Cardano and Bitcoin. That's what makes me bullish on Cardano is the fact that they're trying to be this servicing layer for Bitcoin, right? And you got teams like Fluid that are going to be building that. So super excited for what they have to offer. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was a quick kind of straightforward tutorial. Only here you're going to find founders constantly communicating directly to you guys, because that's what we do, right? Like we have relationships with them for that reason, is to try to get the project founders to you guys and show their faces and speak to you guys. So we appreciate you guys. Without you guys, we couldn't do this, but also without our partners, we couldn't do it. So if you could show some support and check them out, we would greatly appreciate it. Sats Terminal is the DEX aggregator for the Bitcoin ecosystem. You can head over to satsterminal.com to trade for runes or alkanes. Make sure that you are doing it on their website so you can earn their Amber points, which is going to be towards a kind of give back to the early adopters of Sats Terminal. You can check out their Amber is Forever campaign, take advantage of all those multipliers, everything they have. Join their Discord as well, but head over to satsterminal.com today. And the BetBTC is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to place bets in their markets with your Bitcoin wallet. All you need is a Bitcoin wallet, some Bitcoin, and 6 Bitcoin blocks. You can actually start placing bets in their blitz markets, which is a 10-minute market. It's kind of a fun market where you can pick Bitcoin, BNB, or Solana. You get 10 minutes to lock in the price if you think it's going to go up or down, and then an additional 10 minutes to see if you were right or wrong there. But there's going to be future features as well. Create your own markets, custom markets. You can earn 1.5% on the total volumes, as well as refer a friend, where you can earn 1% of the total volume transaction there. Head over to betbtc.win today. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability layer for ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals, your frogs, your node monks, puppets from Bitcoin layer 1 to Ethereum, Base, Merlin, Abstract, eventually Solana. And you're going to be able to do that with Emblem. Eventually you're going to be able to use their AI tool, Agent Hustle, to help you vault those ordinals. But right now you can actually use Hustle on the Solana side to trade tokens. Use them as an assistant. That's what I do. Right now it's free. Eventually there will be a token kind of gated situation there with their Hustle token, but check it out now. You go to Agent hustle.ai, I believe it is. And then in the future, they're going to add the Bitcoin tech stack to him so he can do Bitcoin functions for you as well. Don't forget, they have a TGE in September for their Bitcoin Rune, Emblem, Founder Vault keys. You can head over to emblem.vision to learn all about that. And then Artura.finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Going to be launching on a Botonic Spider Chain Bitcoin Layer 2 very shortly. And then after that, you're going to be able to see them on the Hemi Bitcoin Layer 2 blockchain that's backed by Binance Labs. But you're going to be able to trade synthetic fungible Bitcoin fungibles like Dog Go to the Moon, $1 Billion Cat, Sats, Ordi, and the popular ones outside the ecosystem like XRP, Tau, Ethereum, etc. If you're not a trader, you can add to their liquidity vaults and earn passively that way. But head over to their Discord, learn about the team. The team is awesome. They're just heads down building right now, but they have people over there to answer your questions. Head over to Artura.finance today. And then Fluid Tokens, we just talked to Raul. You just saw everything that they are dropping. They're constantly building on Cardano and Bitcoin. But they were the first to offer staking vaults. You heard it from Raul that they're going to be preparing for a season 3 of dog staking, Dog Go to the Moon staking. If you participated in season 2, make sure you claim your rewards. It's claimable now. You get your rewards and your initial tokens that you staked in one transaction back. And then take advantage of the airdrop tool for the rune side as well. You can, if you're a founder, you can airdrop runes to your community with ease with their airdrop tool on the Bitcoin side, and then taking advantage of the Aquarium side for the Cardano. The Aquarium platform for the Cardano side. We just went over that. Head over to fluidtokens.com, join their Discord. Their Discord is really the place that you're going to get the most information about that team. And then Tokyo Wallet is the multi-chain smart wallet. They build for UI and UX. If you have an iPhone, head over to the Apple App Store, download it there. And then if you have an Android, head over to Google Play, download it there. You can actually swap for runes directly in their app, as they partnered with Sats Terminal to allow that. And then you can swap directly in their app for SNEC. They partnered with the Cardano aggregator over there. They're going to have future support for other ecosystems as well, but we'll let them kind of announce that. But it's really exciting. They want to build a one-stop shop. That's their whole goal. So make sure you check out Tokyo.io today. And Merlin Chain, uniting Bitcoin strength with the power of AI. You can utilize their AI tool, Wizard 0.03 version, to help you guide you through Merlin Chain's ecosystem. The Wizard can actually do DeFi functions on your behalf, swap, stake, etc. And then also, speaking of staking, they have the proof of stake security portion of their chain that you can participate in. They have two different options. The flexible option is the day-to-day, but it does take 7 days to withdraw it. And then that's a 15% APR. You can withdraw rewards daily there. The 6-month locked up one, you obviously earn more. You earn 45% APR, and you can also withdraw your rewards there as well. Head over to merlinchain.io to dive in there. And then our integrated partners, Jungle, building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and their first-person shooter game called Cypher Striker, as well as the new project they onboarded, Bitcoin Derby. And Ordinal Hive is the aggregator Ordinal marketplace where you're going to find the cheapest Ordinals around at Ordinal Hive. Thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job on that, man. And if you guys have a few minutes, wouldn't mind checking out OnChainRevolution.io. Some of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023. Check all those out, guys. Brand new article from this week. Check that out as well about Pump Fun. And then on top of that, we do have NordVPN. I use a VPN every day. I think you guys should too. Do not be going to these websites giving your IP address out. It's not smart. It's kind of stupid, in my opinion, because that can lead you to their home address. And as a Bitcoiner, it's the last thing that you want. On top of that, we do have merch in our Shopify store. Just click that tab up top right, and you will take you guys to the Shopify. All done through a third party. We don't really see much at all, so definitely want to check out that. If you wants to add anything, just reach out to me, reach out to Yagobi, and we'll add that stuff for you guys. I really appreciate you guys checking that out. Everything at OnChainRevolution.io, and we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys, and until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain revolution, roll call, market recap. You not bullish enough, no. You're not bullish enough, no. Look at the price go, Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear trap. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How did the market react? Fear and greed, gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and marching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction. OnChain revolution.